There are so many options for guitar exercises out there, so when we do choose to practice, we want to make sure we're getting the most out of that time spent developing our ability. Let's take a relatively simple exercise and turn it into something that can take our playing to the next level. What we're going to work on today are known as spider exercises, and you'll see a lot of variations of these out there, but let's take a really simple one. We're going to start by playing the first 4 frets of the lowest E string. Making sure that we use 1 finger per fret. We're keeping each finger down after we've played it, and we're alternating with our picking hand. So we're going down, up on the string that we're playing. An alternate picking is a really essential technique to develop early on. It's going to do wonders for your picking hand. It's going to allow you to play with more fluidity, and as you progress as a player and you want to play faster, having alternate picking mastered is really what's going to help you be able to kick on with that speed. So this exercise, don't just play it on 1 string. Move it across. Keeping your fingers nice and close to the frets. We never want to pull the fingers too far away. If they're not being played, they don't want to be up here. The further they are away, the further they have to come back. And all that does is just puts a big dent in the fluidity of our playing. Everything creeping up in unison. Looking for a nice, smooth, consistent sound. Start really slow with this exercise as well. Iron everything out. Each note nice and clear. Tips of our fingers so we get that nice curve. Once you're comfortable in those first 4 frets, move it up. You've got the whole guitar neck available to you. And work your way back up. Now, once you've got started with that more accessible route into these spider exercises, instead of just going up the frets, we're going to go across the strings as well as working our way up the fretboard, like this. Shifting in blocks of 4 each time. All the way up. Now, depending on how many frets you've got, you might be left with 1 or 2 at the end. If that's the case, start on your way back down with the finger that means you will play the last 4 frets of the fretboard. So I've got 1 hung over, so that means I'm going to tuck in underneath my 2nd finger and work my way up so that my little finger is now playing the last fret available. And I shift back in blocks of 4. And I'm still doing the alternate picking as I go. So good for your finger dexterity, the strength, the independence in each of those fingers. These exercises really are wonderful for developing your overall playing ability. Let's try that a little bit faster. Ending on that first fret. A lot of students have said in the past they find it quite hard to know where to start when they're descending with this exercise. So once they finish that block of 4, it can be quite hard to visualize, well, where is my first finger starting? So the little finger finishes just behind where that previous block was. So for me, I can add the fret numbers, and you can do the same. We might have slightly different amount of frets on our guitars, so the numbers might not be the same for you. But if I was struggling with that visualization, I've worked out that I need to go to 14. After I've played this last block of 4, I'm going to be going to 14. I'm then going to be going back to 10. I'm then going to be going back to 6. Obviously just taking 4 off each time, and then back to 2. And then ending on my first. So apply that principle if you're struggling a little bit with picturing where you need to start and stop. As always, you want to start slow with these techniques. There's no point rushing them. Those slow approaches are what really help you hear all the clarity in the notes and perfect every little detail. It's doing this which will allow you to then shred like the pros if that's what you're after doing. But there's no point rushing it. All you'll end up doing is forming bad habits. So let's play that a little bit faster again, and you can see how that starts to sound a bit more fluid. One more expansion of this technique. Once we've ascended, we are then going to descend, and then the next block of 4 will ascend, and descend. And the same on the way back. I love what this does to your brain, really making you conscious of those blocks of 4, having to go up and down and keeping everything linked seamlessly with your left and right hand technique. Use your little finger as your reference for where that first shape finishes and where the second one starts. The first finger slides to one after it. Little finger's now on the lowest string. We go to that next block of 4. First finger for me slides to the 13th. Little finger's where it is there on the 16th. We then go to that block of 4. I then jump up 1. So my first finger is starting so that I can finish with my little finger on the last fret. This is where our visualization then, or our memory of what fret I need to start from, comes into place. I need to now have my first finger on the lowest E of the 14th. I then need to go first finger onto the G 10th, 6th, 2nd, back to my first. Let's try that. A little bit faster to really push that ability. We're looking to form good technique with these exercises, build the ability to move between our frets and shift seamlessly up and down the fretboard. And always look for opportunities to develop these exercises. Like I said at the beginning, we started off with just that 1 string, 4 frets. That's one of the first exercises I ever learned. That's one that I see taught commonly. It's a great one, but it was so easy to just shift that into something else that's a bit more challenging. I'm always looking for opportunities to pass on tips like this and expand these techniques and hopefully encourage your confidence and your creativity. And I've got a free beginner guitar course that you can access with the link in the description, which goes into all those sort of things in more detail and hopefully encourages you along your creative and musical learning journey. So yeah, you can get that totally free of charge if you're interested. Quick recommendation for more exercises, the book Pumping Nylon. The techniques that are in there are wonderful. When I was studying classical guitar, that was referred to me many years ago, and it's still a Bible for me when I go back to that and look for more exercises to apply to my daily practice and my daily routines. So definitely go and check that out. This exercise and its variations was a great one to master, but if you want to add a load more to your locker and continue your journey to playing like the pros, then check out this video next. A massive thank you for watching. I'll hopefully catch you in another one soon. Take care.